The crash of that Air France plane is similar to the Air Asia crash in December. What is not clear is whether pilot error is to blame there, though experts do point out the plane stalled as the pilots were climbing unusually fast. That crash, along with a few others in the region, are shining the spotlight on whether pilots are adequately trained, especially in Asia. CCTV's Rian Maelzer has insight.
More than 1 billion passengers flew on Asian airlines last year, a number that's doubling every 12 years. The fastest growing markets, such as Indonesia and China, are seeing double-digit growth. Boeing estimates that the Asia-Pacific region will need more than 200,000 additional pilots over the next 2 decades, 40% of the world's total. The rapid growth of aviation in Asia has increased competition for qualified pilots.
Pilot deficit or not enough pilots do surface up from time to time. It's cyclical. There are times where there's more than enough. There are times where there are shortages. But by and large, the region has been managing it fairly well.
One key way Asian airlines have been meeting demand is by poaching pilots from other airlines, particularly in more mature markets like the US.
Well, that's a sore point because some airlines start up and the last thing on their mind is training pilots. They want to get flying as soon as possible, and so they hire pilots from the market. Training pilots is an expensive business, so airlines that have trained their own pilots do feel the loss when they lose experienced staff.
The rapid growth of airlines can also mean that locally trained pilots often rise up the ranks more quickly.
The time it takes to move from first officer in the right seat to the captain's seat varies a lot depending on how rapidly the industry is growing, and we do need to look at the overall experience levels in the community. That's one of the reasons why the movement of pilots from one region to another, one country to another, is a positive feature, because it does mean that experienced pilots are moving where they're needed.
But Herdman says Asia can't continue to count on drawing talent from elsewhere. Airlines and the industry as a whole need to ramp up pilot training to meet the ever-growing demand for air travel in this region. Rian Maelzer, CCTV, Kuala Lumpur.